It's very vibrant. Everybody is welcoming. Everybody. What's the problem? What's the problem?
NANI? Dynamite! Dynamite!
What is your name?
Hi, my name is Mary Mikopoli.
What do you do?
I'm a project management consultant at Capgemini.
What is a green flag at your job?
A green flag at my job is that they really prioritize learning. They really prioritize me as an individual, not just someone that works there. So I have a really supportive community at my job that, they call me, they're like, hey, how are you holding up? How are you managing? Is there anything you need? And for working at such a big company, I don't feel so alone. Like when you first start working and you hear about like the different trees and the different branches, it seems like such a big company and you can easily feel like you're going to get lost in it. But when I started working there, I had such a great community. My managers, my colleagues, people around me, they just prioritize my learning, prioritize my growth within the company. So that's something I really like.
What is code switching?
I 100% believe in code switching. So I'm actually Nigerian, so I can code switch from Nigerian to, being with my Black friends, my African American friends, to being with my white friends, so there's different sides to everything. I work with a lot of Indians too, so you have to be very cognitive, I guess, or you have to realize that and talk in a way that it's very easy for people to understand.
What is the community like at your job?
My community at work is wonderful. It's very good. It's different people coming together and realizing that we are different people. I think that's one thing I like is that they don't just come together and act like we're all the same. People do realize like, hey, you're a Black woman. Hey, I'm a white man. Hey, I'm this and that. They realize that different people have different struggles, and that's something I really appreciate about my community. And I feel very welcome. I feel very wanted in my community, I guess I should say it like that.
What is your name?
Devin White, 58.
What do you do?
I want to work for a company that values me for who I am as a whole person and allows me to try things even though I may not be super qualified for it right away.
What is a green flag at your job?
Definitely want to see people doing a lot of stuff on the side, not only doing work all the time.
What is code switching?
I kind of believe in it, but I think you really should have a place where you can have a professional version of you and a personal version of you, but it shouldn't be like they're two completely different people. I think they should blend a little bit.
What is your name?
Stuart Somerville,
What do you do?
Manager of Strategic Partnerships at an innovation agency based in Los Angeles, California.
What is a green flag at your job?
I love that I get to be myself. My hair is purple, I'm an artist, so I'm very creative, but I also get to be strategic. I love traveling, talking to people, so working in business development, I get the free reign to bring my full self to my craft.
What is code switching?
I believe in it that it's real and that it's a factual thing that happens in our white supremacist society most of the time, but I don't necessarily think that that's the sort of thing that you need to focus on as a tactic or as a tool. I think it's more about emotional literacy and understanding that as you navigate spaces as a person of color, a Black person, any sort of marginalized group, the fact of the matter is that you might just have to navigate some assholes. And so the idea of code switching, yeah, it's very beneficial, but I don't necessarily think that it's like the saving grace or the salvation for Black people by any means.
What is the community like at your job?
When I first met the founder, he said that they have a no asshole policy. And I was very, very excited about that because I don't like working with assholes.
What is your name?
Stephanie. Nina.
What do you do?
Growth equity investing. Investment strategy.
What is code switching?
Do I believe in code switching? Do I believe it's a real thing? I definitely think it's a real thing. I think everybody has a version of themselves that they feel comfortable in environments that they know are not serving them or aren't built for them. And so I know it exists. Do I participate in it? Probably to a degree, but I know not as much as other people that I am very close to do.
Code switching isn't exclusive to Black people in white spaces. I think code switching is something that we as human beings do regardless. Now, I do think it's important to show up as whatever version of yourself you are most comfortable in certain settings, but I think the goal is to step into and be more of yourself and whatever your default mode is, right? So.
What is a green flag at your job?
A green flag at my job is the commitment that I know Black women that I work very closely to, Stephanie being one of them, have to narrowing opportunity gaps for our community outside and inside the firm. I think it's really easy when you work at an investment bank to think, how am I going to invest money outside of this community to make other people's lives better? But we have such a strong connection to one another that I know things intimately about some of my coworkers that I know other people just don't have the privilege to have, because we know the struggle that we go through. We know that we need to care for one another, be there for one another, advocate for pay transparency, advocate for mentorship, sponsorship, and really, to Stephanie's point, kick down those walls that we know other people are kicking down on other people's behalves too. We're not going to sit back and let each other fall off a cliff. Never, never.
I think there's tons of mentorship and sponsorship. And when I say that, it's not exclusive to senior people, but at the peer level. So to Nina's point, it's the fact that I get to work with someone like this that I'm also inspired by and someone that I actually trust.
What is the community like at your job?
This is my community at work. That's perfect. Right? Yeah.
What is your name?
Mark Harris.
Marion Kufaji.
What do you do?
I'm a data scientist consultant.
I'm a travel nurse that just started.
What is a green flag at your job?
Work-life balance.
Definitely benefits, 401k, Roth, all that.
What is code switching?
I think code switching is very important. Just being able to just like navigate effectively in terms of like networking and stuff like that. It makes sense. It pushes the needle forward. Being able to sort of like have that diverse dialogue.
Definitely, I completely agree. Code switching, it's not pretty much saying that you're like a sellout, but.
What is the community like at your job?
Oh, it's very vibrant. It's welcoming. I think everybody wants to see everybody win. So when there's things that people need assistance with, it's easy to guide everyone. So it's not like you have that one person that's being left behind. Everybody wants to see everybody win. So.
We have no community. You should have every man for yourself. That's why it's a nursing shortage. No, I gotta be full of.
You just said it. I got you on camera, and you recorded it.